Sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.
So happy. You can see how today I play with SKD.
I'm feeling so happy about the game. I had a way we come back into the game. You don't.
No, the game was fun. Apart from that, they tell Reverend as one hour game. The game was fun. They said Reverend, you know the game. The game was fun. We went to equal game. But I win at this point.
Well, again, the impression is very bad, I must admit. We came to the tournament to be a competitor. Back home, we were successfully winning the both leagues. And today we come to the tournament and we find ourselves struggling. It's because sometimes we go to the tournament and the tournament is not going to fail. Sometimes you do everything okay. We all watched the last game that we just played. We have one of the chances to score. We were clinical in front of goal and the player did not utilize the chances they keep. And the only glaring chance that they have to put the ball at the back. Sometimes football is this way. You up to it tomorrow. So I'm not too happy because my team have not won. And any other coach for that matter will not be happy with such a result in this tournament. And what I'm saying, sometimes you play and then you have chances, you have to make use of the chances that you have. In football game, there's no game you will play without a chance. So if you have the chance to score, you must be able to utilize it. We're not clinical in front of goal, like I told you. Let's look at the last ball that the goalkeeper tried to play in field, and my striker received the ball. Just push the ball one time and then find the back of the net. But instead, the first thought was to play the ball over the goalkeeper. We're not clinical in front of goal. That will let us to our defeat today. It will have the opportunity to score all of the goals that we had. By this time, we're talking different things. Well, in every game that we play, understand the fact that we came to win. We did not come to Senegal on sightseeing to see how beautiful Senegal is. We came to compete for what is at stake. But again, like I said, football is ups and downs. Sometimes the tournament is good for you, sometimes it's bad. The very coach won the tournament 2021 for the German girls in Monrovia when you were hosted there. So today you come back here and you didn't perform. It doesn't mean that you don't have a good team or you don't have a good player. I want to be very much appreciative to my players in today's game. They put up a very good fight. But again, luck worry on our side. So we have to succumb to defeat. So again, in this public manner, I want to say hats up to the team that won. When you win, you celebrate. So we say thank you to them. And they put up also a good fight. Again, it's disheartening, like you regularly stated, to play 3 games without scoring a single goal.
About what's surrounding the defeat and the continuous defeat, the poor forms from determined girls into Senegal. And we'll also talk about the level of Liberia Sports Record Association, what is happening there. There are a lot of activities happening, upcoming anniversary, as well as upcoming by-election, and that is expected to take place. And as you may be aware, the vice president of the Liberia Sports Writers Association, Christopher Walker, resigned on allegation of what he referred to as corruption, as well as not coordinating with the president. We're going to talk about that, and we're also going to dive into the level of the Liberia Basketball Association. What is happening at that level? Who are those are in the top flight? What those are LPRC order continue to top league table, and we'll also talk about what those to go to the playoff according to the association. 8 teams to participate in the playoff of the Liberia Basketball Association. We hope to see what those to participate into the playoff, and we'll also dive down and talk at the level of Liberia Football Association. What is happening there? The U17 female team continues training ahead of their encounter as we heard of their continental tournament. They will have to participate into that competition. The national team of Liberia, senior male national team, also continue training ahead of their qualification for the World Cup qualifier in September. So we're talking about that. The selection being made by caretaker Thomas Kojo. We're going to dive into that as well. And we're also going to be accepting your course. This time around, we'll be accepting your course from a different number that we will be announcing shortly. I will announce my number. My number will be posted on the screen, and then we will accept your call. Give your intake upon determining girls' performance. Give your intake at the level of Liberia Football Association of the many happenings at the level of Liberia Football Association under the president, Mustafa Raji. What are some of the development and creeping into various prices, as well as some awards and some happenings that are undertaken? Refresher program. Unlike the past, we never have refresher program for referees in Liberia, but now at the level of the Liberia Football Association, we have refresher program for referee, refresher program for stakeholders, refresher program as well for delegates, also undertaken at the Liberia Football Association headquarters. We're going to discuss that. Let's go for this break to be right back for more development. Just stay tuned, as you will also be diving in, providing your views upon the happenings.
Sports Show is a 1-hour conversation with policymakers, stakeholders, and direct actors in the sporting sector. The exclusive Sports Show brings you face to face with those who make the news in the sporting sector of Liberia. Join your host, Julius Compton, every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. for the program, The Exclusive Sports Show, live and direct on Intel Sports. Mary Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact directly with the stakeholders in the sector, players, fans, including technicians. It comes your way once a week, every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. with a repeat on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midway Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as captivating action and stories, all in the sector. Beyond the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans, live and direct on Intel Sports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyan, live and exclusive on Intel Sports.
So welcome back. Like I said, we're going to talk about much of these things in relation to determining girls' perform into the WAFU Zone 8 qualified bid in Senegal. A Liberia representative who have proven dominance into the Liberia League over the years, won to themselves 5-time championship in the Upper Women League, and also have a lot of credits to themselves when it comes to Liberian football. They have dominated into the Liberian League, but every time determined girl will go to the continental tournament and they will just have to come back. They will have to prove nothing. What do you think is the problem? What has been the problem over the years? What do you think need to be worked on? Is it a coach issue? If it is a coach problem, let's talk about it. Do you think it is an error on the part of the coach? It is an error on the part of the players, or some administrative issues that need to be dealt with? Because one thing you need to take into consideration when it comes to the Liberian League, the Upper Women League over the years haven't been shown that competitiveness when it comes to the game. The Tammy girls, every year we go to the competition in Liberia in the Upper Women League, the Tammy girl will be crowned champion. The Tammy girls will be crowned champion. At the end of the day, they will have to represent Liberia, because this is what it is. The champion from every country will have to go to the WAFU to represent their country. The Tammy girls have been proven that over the years to represent Liberia. They said that no club in this country are able to compete with the club, or it says that they are only dominance. Like I was talking to one of the guys yesterday and saying probably they only get their skill in Liberia when they go outside, all of their skills finish. And I was like, are you killing me? You need to prove that style of playing, that determined girls that we know. We'll talk about the coach error, but let me just talk about the team. Administratively, I think something is wrong. For the past 2 editions, 2 years of participation into the continental tournament, support to the team is not lacking. No one will tell me about support to the team that has been lacking. No. Support to the team hasn't been lacking. What is the problem? Is it that intruding activities into the coaching style, or people don't run that independent judgment when it comes to selection of players, or when it comes to decision making on the team, when it comes to correcting errors? The coach is not left to run his decision. And I will tell you, play blame yet to be established. I don't think it's the problem. But do you think as well that should be the problem here? Because this club continue to represent the country and has proven nothing. They has proven nothing. Last edition, they started on a good footing. Won their first game, won their second game. Got defeated to their 3rd games. To go on, got defeated again to their 4th game. That brought them back to Liberia without advancing to the next stage of the competition. This season, played over 160 minutes without a goal in the net. Without a goal in the net. What is wrong? Over the years, have determined girls not been proving themselves? In Liberia, they are. They've been proving themselves. They've been winning the championship. Because we know definitely this time around, some of us sports journalists, as soon as the league commenced, and we were talking about the Upper Women League, we said, but then determined girls coming to be crowned champion again. They will be crowned champion again. At the end of the day, they have to go represent Liberia outside of the country. They have to go represent Liberia outside of the country. Continental wise, beginning with the regional level. The last time we were in Sierra Leone. This year, we are in Senegal. What is happening? With just a single game to go, we play our first game to Ran Kamara. We draw with a goalless, no goal. Play our second game. We got defeated. 3 goals to 0. Our 3rd game, we got defeated again. So Inter de Mandela defeated us a single goal, taking 3 points from us again. Do you think it has been a problem of the coach? Or do we have to work on our administrative proceedings when they come to the club. First of all, before we go forward, we got a video there from the coach. We'll play that part of the video, the coach video, and the coach will be able to talk to us as to what go wrong. I listened to the coach, and the coach was pointing out how the team was not clinical, how he didn't go into the competition as a mere spectator or didn't go for sightseeing to go see how beautiful Senegal was. But it was more like a sightseeing. Because if you concede in all of your goals, in all of your games, or able to score a goal, it's like you went for a sightseeing. Maybe you're a tourist. It seems to be. Are you a tourist? Are you went for tourism activities, for sightseeing? But you need to invest into Senegal. But let's listen to the coach. What the coach have to say. Let's listen to the coach.
The impression is very bad, I must admit. We came to the tournament to be a competitor. Back home, we were successful in winning the both leagues. And today we come to the tournament and we find ourselves struggling. It's because sometimes you go to tournament and the tournament is not in your favor. Sometimes you do everything you can. We all watched the last game that we just played. We have all of the chances to score. We weren't clinical in front of goal. Our players did not utilize the chances that came. And the only glaring chance that they have to put the ball at the back of the net. Sometimes football is this way. You're up today, tomorrow you're down. So to your question, I'm not too happy because my team have not won. And any other coach for that matter will not be happy with such a result in this tournament. And what I'm saying, sometimes you play and then you have chances, you have to make use of the chances that you have. In football game, there's no game you will play without a chance. So if you have the chance to score, you must be able to utilize it. We're not clinical in front of goal like I told you. Let's look at the last ball that the goalkeeper tried to play in fee and my striker received the ball. Just push the ball one time and then find the back of the net. But instead, the first thought was to play the ball over the goalkeeper. We're not clinical in front of goal. That what led us to our defeat today. If we had the opportunity to score all of the goals that we had, by this time we're talking different thing. Well, in every game that we play, understand the fact that we came to win. We did not come to Senegal on sightseeing to see how beautiful Senegal is. We came to compete for what is at stake. But again, like I said, football is ups and downs. Sometimes the tournament is good for you, sometimes it's bad. The very coach won the tournament 2021 for the Determined Girls in Monrovia when you were hosted there. So today you come back here and you didn't perform. It doesn't mean that you don't have a good team or you don't have a good player. I want to be very much appreciative to my players in today's game. They put up a very good fight. But again, luck worry on our side. So we have to succumb to defeat. So again, in this public manner, I want to say hats up to the team that won. When you win, you celebrate. So we say thank you to them. And they put up also a good fight. Again, it's disheartening, like you regularly stated, to play 3 games without scoring a single goal. It's disappointing on a more serious note. But in all of our training section, to end the section, we go through what we call finishing. From the wings, from the middle of the field, giving penetrative passes. Our striker should do lateral runs. We saw all that, but again, the goal just couldn't come because our players were not clinical in finishing. So it bowed down to our defeat. But again, like to your question, we have to go back to the drawing board when we go back home. We need to correct all of the mistakes that we see in our last 3 games that we play. So it means that we have to do more finishing in our drills, in our training section, than doing defending because we need to score goals. And to admit, this team scored a higher goal in the league there. So to come here and don't score a single goal, like you said, it's disappointing. And our people back home are not happy. But again, what can we do is football game. All we do today, that never mind, next time we will do better if the opportunity is afforded up once more.
you saw that you listened to the coach, and it was quite good, being so more professional, and I love his realization. But aside from that, has there been problem with this determined girl team building? Has there been problem? What can we do? Is it that a system surrounding determined girls is just not working? Because the players are good. I know the players. I've interacted with them. I've seen them play. Some of them are my friends. We talk. We talk some personal things. Has it been the administrative issues or the players are the problem? So the numbers are on the screen. Make your call. The orange number is a WhatsApp number. And the Lone Star number, you can also make a call on it. Let's talk about Liberian determined girls. What has been the problem over the years? What can we do to be able to deliver this team? To be able to break the curse? The team have participated for 3 times into the competition. We yet to make something useful. We yet to move forward. We yet to leave one stage, the group stage, to go to the other stage. Every year we're in a group stage. We play 2 or 3 games. Then we just have to play the last game, because if you don't play the last game, you'll be found by WAFU. So you just forced to play. And we refer to it as a charade. You just play for charade. Just to show yourself, probably the last game you want to play hard just to get a win. To take the shame off. To say you go into the competition, you don't score a goal, you don't even have a win. As determined girls, coach being the problem. On the previous time, we have Coach Patient, who was the head coach of determined girls. Coach Patient was the head coach. She carried the team to the competition. And right after the tournament, she got defeated. She won 2 games in the last edition, where everyone around, Coach Patient should be changed. Coach Patient should be changed. Coach Patient is the problem. Why we don't go to the next stage? Everyone. The coach is a problem. The coach is a problem. He decided to bring an experienced coach. CAF Lesson A coach. Coach Robert Latte. He brought him to the team. He gave him the mandate that we need to go to the next stage of the competition. If you ask me, the coach is not the problem. Coach is not the problem when it comes to determining girls' losses over the years. Coach Patient tried her very best. Last edition, she won 2 games, 2 important games. She has 6 points. We go into the competition, people started intruding into it. Administrative-wise, that team need to be dealt with. Administrative-wise, they need to go through scrutiny. Need to observe what those in authority. Master Queen is not doing well. I mean, Grace, however, she's not doing well at all. She's not doing well. Every time we go to the game, the only thing I will see from her as a president of the club, we only want to take picture. But I've been advised to the team. Have you been able to call the team as a president of the club, sit with the club and say, XYZ, this is what we need to do, this is what we need? Or you just want to have fun? Having a football team is not beauty pageant. Football team is not beauty pageant. And that's why you need to understand. As club president, you need to sit with the club. You need to have some conversation. There should be a dialogue. All the time that I've been around the team, I've never seen Master Queen having a dialogue with the team. The only time we see all around, when she's ready to take our pictures, do some short videos. Football team in our studio. We need to focus on the team. The team is good. I love determined girls that start of play. But what have been our progress over the years? Or it's the argument that say Tama can play like in Foya. So determined girl can play that only in Liberia. Tama can play like in Foya. So when determined girls can play now, only in Liberia we can look for them. But when they go outside, it's just different thing around. And I'm president. You might be sister, I respect you. But aside from being a president of a club, you need to provide some administrative assistance. Talk with the team, talk with the coach. Call the coach, work on coach. What is the problem? What can we do? What are we lacking? Is it technical issues that we need to work on? Are there some people around you that just give you a hard time? That's what the president does. But not a president who just come and want to take picture all day. It's not what we're here for. Liberia football need to grow. Football in Liberia need to grow. So before in the broadcast, just call the number on the screen. Let have your say. What is wrong with determined girls? Let have your say. What is wrong with determined girls over the years? And what can we do? Because this time around, when a club is playing in a country to where they live or to where the club is situated, the club became a personal club, an institutional club. But when a club go out to represent a country, it becomes every one of our business. So don't say, well, I want to poke into it. No. It's about Liberia. You hear the commentator saying the Liberian side have played over 270 minutes yet to have a ball in the net. They will not say determined they have played to the Liberian side. All of us, we are Liberians. What has been the problem? What has been the problem over the years? Determined girls. Is it about Tama can play in Foya here? You can only play in Liberia when you go out? No way. I think my big sister, Grace Hawawea, Allah's master queen, you need to rethink. You need to provide your technical assistant. You need to provide your administrative assistant. You need to come and say and call the coach or call the players. Personally, have some personal issues with the players. Personal relationship. Thank God that females play in you too. You are a female as a president of the club. Call the player one-on-one. How many of the players know you personally? I'm not saying none of them know you personally, but how many of them that you have a one-on-one conversation with? Or you only have 2 or 3 players there? I think every one of them, you need to make them one-on-one. Hey, Rugi, can we talk? Come and visit me. Just sit. What can we do? What is the problem? We lost the game again. We're going to play Islinga. What can we do, Rugi? Sit with the players. You talk. You have conversation. And Rugi can be able to tell you a problem. Some of these players have some personal issues that they just are afraid to put out. But you have that human relationship with the player will be able to open up to you. Then these personal issues can be worked on. When the player go to the game, they can be able to work it out. Again, let's talk about the coach. The coach didn't satisfy my curiosity. As a sport analyst, as a sports commentator, as a sports reporter that I am, that I've been following this team over the years, the coach didn't meet my expectation in terms of his starting lineup, his changes. We have a player on the team who have won the higher goal scorer in the tournament in Liberia. Scored over 40 goals. Mabintu Kamara. 2023-2024 season, she won the higher goal scorer of the tournament. You kept that player on bench every game you go to. The first game, you kept her on bench. You brought her in the 63 minutes. The second game, you kept her on bench. You brought her in the second half. The third game, you put her on bench. How do you expect for the players to score? You say we are not clinical, we didn't score enough goals. The person who been scoring the goals, you kept the person on bench. She was not. I know you, Coach Latte, you've been like one of Liberia's best coaches over the years. One of Liberia's best. In terms of your days at Liska. Very good coach. Coach Latte at B Mountain. He's very good. But in terms of your tactics with the women team, I was not satisfied with it. Though they were your selections, but I think you needed some consultation. Your deputy coach, Emmanuel, was there. The assistant coach, Emmanuel, was on the bench. We also had deputy coach, Patient. I think Patient was a fair because it seems like even the president, no one believed in Patient again. The fact that without Patient, with Patient, they can do anything. Forgetting to know this lady has been with the team years after year. You need to respect the person as well. So we went to the game. You put on bench Bambutu Kamara. Bambutu Kamara that I know very well. This girl, very strong in terms of attack. She don't look back. She scored the goals. Kept her on bench. We brought in Lamine, you wanted to turn water into wine. We played to the first game. It was just not working for us again. We leveled on. Second game, sent a lady on bench. And then we hold on. We lost 3 goals. They were leading the team. I'm thinking about 2. You brought Mambitu in. Did Mambitu turn water into wine? No. We got defeated. One thing that pains me all a lot, Louis Brown, one of Liberia's best midfielders. You kept Louis on bench. In the last game, that you needed a crucial win by all costs. According to you, we didn't come to the competition for sightseeing. We are not a tourist. But it's like, you more like a sightseeing on that one. You observe Louis Brown, put Louis on the bench, and she didn't even come in for a single minute the entire match. We needed a win, crucial win that the team needed. We need to think beyond the box. What has been the issue for determined girls? Is it an administrative issue? Is coach the problem? Or the players are the problem? On the other hand, the players lost out a lot of chances. Lot of chances for the player who just came from Real Munja to determined girls. Glau. Delphine Glau was just not good at all. The first game, the game that she came in on yesterday, she was a flop. She didn't do anything. Rushing of self, missing all of the chances. We need to work on the team. If we need to advance to the next stage of the continental tournament, we need to work on the team. Working on the team. The one team together, each one achieve much. If every one of us, every one of us, every one of the team members, they come together and be able to identify their errors. It's not about the coach. It's not just about the players. It's not just president issues. But all of the team members have key role to play when they come to the game. We need to work on it. The players, on the other hand, I think the essence of just making pronouncement ahead of game by the CEO, I think it is good by promising the team, but sometimes I will want the club president, Mr. Kaseko, the CEO of the club, to sometimes withhold your promise. Because I know your promises, you always fulfill your promise. You've been very good in terms of supporting Liberian football, your clubs. But sometimes you don't just make promise to team. Oh, if you win again, we'll give you 10,000. You win again, we'll give you 6,000, 5,000. They put the team in rush. Most especially those of us that play the game. They put the team in rush. Oh, my man, we need to get a goal. So even a person have a 2v1 situation, they want to kick the ball in the net instead of playing teamwork. Put the team in rush. Push the team in rush. Please, SC Fashion will be representing Liberia to Algerian side. Please, let's keep the promise. Let the promise be a surprise one to the team after the win. Please, Mr. CEO, Anthony Kaseko, make it promises. I'm not saying it's bad. Because people are falling who want to say, oh, why is he making sort of statement? I'm not saying it's bad to make promises. But in our current dispensation of the game, I don't see it necessary. Let there be surprise package for the team when they advance to the next stage of the competition, when they win a game, when they are practicing. Let it be a surprise gift given to them. Please don't tell them that we'll give you 10,000 right after the game. If you win this game, you get 10,000. We understand that you always fulfill your promise. But on the other hand, it's just not good for the players. So if you follow the broadcast, just make your call. We're talking about determined girls, participation into Sierra Leone, how to continue to lose out their chances. And things are not just working for the club. The club continues to play, and the club is just not advancing to the next stage of the competition. What is the problem? Has it been administrative issues? Has it been the issue of players? Has it been issues that we need to work on as a country? Is it that there is no way to move out into this trend of making new name for ourselves? Is it that we need to try world girls now? We need to try world girls into the continental stage. And world girl, if you want to go there, you need to fight for it. If Shatter Angels want you to represent Liberia, you need to always shallow determined girls. Try to break the bond. Try to break it out. Let's see you two now. Let's see you representing Liberia. Let us see another side of the debate. If Shatter will be able to make an impact, let's check another side of the debate. Let's check another side. Because I listen to a lot of our spectators face from Shatter Angels and saying, I think determined girl need to rest. Let Shatter go. But if determined girl will rest, Shatter need to play. Shatter need to play for it. They need to win determined girls. You need to win the championship. They need to win the championship. It's not just about talking about it. They need to win the championship. It's all to play for. Put in your all. Put in your team. Others. If you do that, will help the club to grow. It will help the club to move to another stage of the competition. We are tired of just remaining in the group stage and not going to the next stage of the competition. So we'll go for this break. When we come back, we'll be taking your calls as to the happenings about determining. Let's go for this break to be right back. So welcome back. Let me tell you, as it relates to what is happening, we need to work around. It's not just about determined girls. It's about our Liberian football. When you observe our players, the mode of self-brilliance, then teamwork, the mode of self-brilliance. When Elijah is playing for a club, he wants to make his own name, forgetting to know that when the club wins or gains, the glory goes to the club and everyone on the team. So you notice that this player will be alone with his teammates. With a 2v1 situation, will have a chance to pass the ball to his teammate. He'd rather kick the ball on pool, or rather decide to draw the person that's before his opponent. At the end of the day, the boys won. What am I saying? The players themselves need to work on themselves. The issue of a self-brilliance is too much in our league. You want to be praised whole day, only you the one praised on the team. Like some of our players we have. If you go to Discovery Football Academy, they will tell you the first name they want to yell, Jonathan Freeman. So when Jonathan Freeman get a ball, improve his self-brilliance. To the extent that the team need to score, Jonathan will want to score aside for just giving him for the team to get the glory. I'm just making a reference. Self-brilliance. Essie Facel, Mark Yala. It's the name that you hear every time. Self-brilliance. Heavy Levy, Yaya Berete. Want to prove self-brilliance. Hawatanga New Zone get a ball. He want to prove self-brilliance. I think these are the issues that we need to work around too. I want to talk about administrative issue here. Call the players, one-on-one talk with them. What have been the relationship of CEO Andy Kwame with New Zone in terms of advancing on some of his play mistakes made on the field? These are some of the things we're talking about. These are some of the issues that led to determined girls falling prey. We'll need to talk about this thing. We need to talk about it. There are a lot of things that are responsible for Liberia being this way. What are things that are responsible for determined girls' defeat? President is the problem. Players are the problem. The coach is the problem as well. We need to work on these things. If you will come back from Senegal, if Tama will come back from Senegal and come back in Foya, you need to work hard in Foya. You need to work in Foya. Or if you don't able to work in Foya, give it on to go try to Tama. Well, I think South have been trying their best to overshadow Tama, but Tama is not just giving it out. What am I saying? Shatter Angel, War Girls, Senior Female Professionals, Mini Warrior. They have been trying, but they just not able to determine girls. That's a fact. Hope this time around, this season, we'll see a new ball game. We'll see a new ball game. This season, hope we'll see it. All of you that are calling on Shatter Angels to represent Liberia, let determined girls give them a chance. Shatter Angels need to win the cup. They need to win the championship. They need to win the league. If you can win the league, we'll be the help for you. So we have this on the desk. The first batch of FC Facile players and official earlier on Friday, August 15, depart Liberia for 1 month pre-season training camp in Egypt. The team is scheduled to return just days before the opening feature again, MC Algiers, in the first preliminary round of CAF Champions League. So the team this morning have left to Egypt. FC Fasel left to Egypt for their pre-season training. They went there to prepare themselves. They are the champion of Liberia First Division League. They went to prepare themselves and they will be back to have their first encounter with MC Ojo of Algeria here at the SKD Sports Complex. They have gone there again. Liberia, unlike the past, Pinsay FC was the only club to have crossed the first stage of the competition. Unlike the past of last season, we have Watanga were just unable to go to the next stage of the competition. Liberia will need to take beyond the boss, not only representing our country. Every year we represent our country. What has been our mark in Africa? I will hear some people say, Liberia need to qualify to the African Cup of Nations. Liberia need to qualify to the World Cup. What has been our mark? So the thing have departed. The leg of our former Liberian goalkeeper, Edwin Clark, who is the current goalkeeper trainer of FC Fasel, the head coach, Alajic, who just came to the club, and Lawrence Kume, Josiah C.A., Michelle Detton Colley, all of them have gone for this training, which is just very good off-season training. I remember FC Fasel last season went to Egypt again for the pre-season training. When they came back, they won the league. Good footing. Hope this time around they will win CAF Champion League. We're not talking about just crossing the first stage. They need to win the league, which will be very good for us. With just short time to go, we will talk about this issue of SWA election. The vice president, as you may be aware, resigned on the basis of what he referred to as allegation of corruption, as well as a lack of cordial working relationship between the president, Vama Kamara, and the vice president. Not informing him, according to him, he hasn't been informed on several proceedings at the level of the Liberia Sports Writers Association. There's a say we are watchdogs in the society. We need to be people that are clean. If you say you preaching equity, you need to come with clean hands. Even we're having to elect a new vice president, this new vice president will still work with Big Brother Vama Kamara. You cannot be working with a team and you are not informed about the happening of the team. You were elected, like while the president. But remember, he's the president. And the president too, you don't need to be what we call Ato Hilo here. You don't need to be Ato Hilo. Running a monarchy for the government. Yes. Whatever you decide, you just want to run with it. I'm not trying to say his allegations are true. But I think if that is the case, if it is on that basis, Vama Kamara need to think the otherwise. Need to work with people, have people involved. Consultations need to be made. This is our only fraternity that we have. Some of us, when we leave from here, we go outside to the capital building and say they made us sports journalists. They may not enter here as sports journalists. But we go to other place as sports journalists. This is the only thing that we have been identified by. This is the only thing that we have been reflected to, sports journalism. So if you are a journalist, you should come with equity. Because we always preach that this thing is happening to football. They want our person, they want to do what our very self, we can work on ourselves. This thing need to be worked on. So we'll go to election in the coming days to have a by-election for the vice president positions. The vice president position, we have Thomas Kojo-Rola, who wants him to be the vice president. He worked for Freedom FM. And we also have Edwin Parafoye, who wants to be the vice president. He's our own, who work for Intel Sports. So we need to work on these things if we want Liberia to move to another level. Liberia is all we have. We want Liberia football to grow. We want Liberia football to grow. We need to rethink. Let's talk about this issue about the selections of Coach Thomas Kojo on the preparation for Liberia to participate in the last 2 matches for the World Cup qualifier. I think his selections are just very right. The inclusion of one of Liberia's best midfielders, Jenkins C.A., was very, very good in terms of his passes. And the inclusion of Blackman Warrior players is just very good from our side. And I think Coach Kojo, we have to go the extra mile this time around. Liberia deserves better. We too, we want to leave from Liberia and go to the outside world and say, yes, I'm from a country that won the African Cup of Nations in the year SYZ. So we need to put in all the strategies. We need to have all of the consultations. And it's very prudent enough that Coach Kojo will sit with the journalists and be able to ask for their opinion as well as to the proceeding of the team. How do journalists see the club? The last time I was having a conversation with him, he said, yes, Elijah, it's important that we have some interactions with journalists. We sit at least for an hour and be able to talk about the Lone Star team. How do we see the team? How do we see the selections of players? I think journalists, we see beyond, though we are not coaches, but we see beyond what people see in terms of the game, because we've been following the game, been following the players. We know what are their shortcomings when it comes to the game. So we need to work on these things. When these things are done, I think our country will move in the best footing that will have us to be celebrated in the coming years. On this note, we want to say bye-bye for now till we meet again next week of the same presentation on Sports Extra. I'm Elijah Pine. I've been here. Bye-bye.
The Exclusive Sports Show is a 1-hour conversation with policymakers, stakeholders, and direct actors in the sporting sector. The Exclusive Sports Show brings you face to face with those who make the news in the sporting sector of Liberia. Join your host, Julius Compton, every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. for the program The Exclusive Sports Show, live and direct on Intel Sports. Mary Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact directly with the stakeholders in the sector, the players, fans, including technicians. It comes your way once a week, every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. with a repeat on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midway Sports allies major happenings and trending news, as well as captivating action and stories, all in the sector. Beyond the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans live and direct on Intersports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyen, live and exclusive